think that I'm a freak when I'm talking to myself, but it's like I was too weak to be someone else. You could think that I'm a creep when I'm singing.
Hello everybody, my name is Goof Norton. Holy crap, my microphone is loud. Sorry, I'm gonna back off or turn the mic down. Holy crap. There we go. Hope you guys are all having a good weekend or day or whenever you're watching this. Day, night. I've been having a pretty good week as well, so I'm gonna get right into it. Today we have two topics brought to you by two people. Our first topic is the topic of the Sony. They're releasing their PSVR headset. I know this is it's not like brand new. All the articles that I found about it are from 2014, some earlier than others. But still, it is still kind of relevant news because I'm still seeing ads all over Facebook about it, about entering contests to win a VR headset from Sony because they like to compete with Xbox or Microsoft, you know. Honestly, at this point, it's kind of the same thing. Xbox, Microsoft. No, but this was suggested by We Are Salmonella, and I have a few articles pulled up about it. Let me get my stuff. I wrote stuff down this time. I came prepared. Okay, the first source is from roadtovr.com, and just a disclaimer, this website the article on this website contains stuff that is not, it's based off from sources which cannot be officially verified, so don't quote me on this stuff. I don't know if like all of this is completely accurate or not, but I'm just relaying the message from the website, so don't kill me. Sony has been the forefront wearable technology since the days of the Walkman, I can't speak, sorry, and since have pioneered products such as the Glastron and the HMZ line of personal movie viewers. One thing's for sure: not only do Sony believe that the HDM is a concept, they've now amassed years of experience in both miniaturized displays, optics, and ergonomics as a result. If there's one blue chip company out there that's best placed to challenge the Oculus VR in the immersive VR gaming experience, it's probably Sony. Yeah, I mean, at this point now, it's kind of different because the HTC Vive is doing well, because I've seen multiple YouTubers use it, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, a few others, and now it's like, Xbox, what are you doing? You know, Nintendo, Nintendo has been not really doing well. Nintendo's kind of going down the hole, honestly. They're just, I guess Nintendo's like just that child's play kind of product now. It's more of just a toy for kids now. It's just like exclusive for kids because there's not really much else to do with Nintendo. The Wii was a good idea. The concept of the Wii was really good. It had backwards compatibility with GameCube games. And of course, you know, who doesn't love GameCube games? GameCube was one of those consoles that's like will forever be, you know, pretty cool, awesome, you know, and stuff like that. But since they, you know, just pretty much cut the Wii, I think that was a bad business decision, but that's just me. But yeah, they were. I don't think did Nintendo come out with anything wearable? I don't know. I know they came up like the whole Wii remote thing, that concept, and then Sony kind of copied them off of that. That was obvious. That was kind of embarrassing too at the same time. They just added a colored ball at the end of the remote, and suddenly it made it all better. even though that was pretty stupid. But it suddenly made it all better. And then Xbox came with the Kinect, and then there were no controls needed. It was just your body, and there's this camera that detects your motions. So yeah, that pretty much happened. I don't know. This is kind of something. It's kind of weird because the sorry, because the PS4's new VR headset. Oh my gosh, because it's supposed to be really good, like really good. But I don't know if it can keep up with the HTC Vive, because that's what the real competition. That's where the real competition is in the HTC Vive. If you're going to compete with anything, it's that. But I've seen the PS4's new VR headset, and oh my goodness, I mean, it looks really cool. I haven't seen any pictures before, but I really didn't hear about this until like until it was brought up to me. So wow, and because Sony has not talked about this, I don't know why they have not talked about this. This is really it looks really cool. It looks futuristic, like something you would see in a movie, and like something like Back to the Future. You'd probably see it in there and be like, oh wow, that's cool, because it looks like something that from like a far-fetched future. I don't know what games are out for it or anything like that. If you guys know, please tell me. I'll check them out. And I don't know. It's kind of weird because they have to compete with the HTC Vive, and like that's more immersive. I feel like, because you can set up cameras in your room, parameters and stuff like that. And it's awesome because that gives you a little bit more of an interactive environment. You can actually move around. Because with the Oculus Rift, you just sat in your chair and you turned your head and leaned side to side or back and forth to move or do anything really. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Oculus Rift. Then they came out. Then they upgraded the Oculus Rift, which was still basically the same thing. Still sat in your chair. Sorry, excuse me. You still moved around, turned your head. Oh, this is cool. And then they were like, HTC Vive is coming out. Actually, sorry, Sony, and then HTC Vive. And then they were like, and then the HTC Vive came out, and we were like, wow, this is actually immersive. Because I can actually move around in here and explore the environment better than I could with any other virtual headset or anything like that. Now, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I'm personally not a huge fan of Sony. Mainly when it comes to their gaming consoles. I'm not a PlayStation fan. I am Microsoft and Nintendo for life, I guess you could say. Reasons because one, Halo. Sorry, PlayStation, but you know, sucks to suck. I do think. Wait, does PS4 have Minecraft? I think they do now. So that's kind of a bust. But yeah, no, Halo, yeah. You know, those console exclusive games is always are a good thing to see. But you know, because that's right, because Nintendo has Minecraft as well. So yeah, there's that. I mean, the only reason I say Nintendo, older Nintendo games, not really anything new, except for Mario Kart 8. Oh my gosh, on the Wii U, that is that's a good Mario Kart game, I have to tell you. Because as you guys probably know, I like the N64, I like the SNES and the original SNES. Those, because the N64 kind of revolutionized, you know, gaming as we know it today. Because you know, 3D graphics and all that stuff with Super Mario 64 and stuff like that. It was kind of it was new, and people haven't really seen it before, because now instead of side scrollers, you can go back and forth and side to side, and it's weird because you have control over the camera. You can turn the camera, you can look your character dead in the face, and it just so awesome. It's so immersive. But yeah, that kind of got us to where got us on the start to where we are now with video games, where you can games now look like real, very real. with all these excellent graphics and stuff like that. So hey, that's very cool. But yeah, I just never had really a good path with Sony, because I don't know, I'm not really a huge fan of Sony. Sorry guys, for all of you who play. I mean, I'm not against people who play PS4 or anything like that. You guys are cool and fine and dandy, but me personally, I just don't prefer PlayStation. I mean, I'll play it, but I won't probably own a PlayStation or anything like that, because it's not in my interest. Okay, so on to our next topic here. It's suggested by Master of the TDS. No Man's Sky is under investigation currently because of false advertising. So you all know No Man's Sky, the new game that was bigger than the developers, you know, bigger than they knew, even they knew a lot of their knowledge. It is currently being the current investigation is focused on the discrepancies between the game and how it was described and portrayed in the trailer shown on the Valve's Steam website. The ASA, or Advertising Standards Authority, responded to some questions from Eurogamer, saying that yes, they are investigating due to several complaints about the game. The game will be removed. Well, won't be removed. The ASA will demand the game be removed if they find it misleading or, you know, unjust in that manner. But if the advertiser refuses to comply with the SAA, they can request that the advertisements for advertisements be removed and stuff like that. They did the same thing for a game. That's from Forbes.com, sorry. They did the same thing with mobile games that were, of course, they look different than the actual mobile game really is played. I'm sure they're having much fun looking at this game, because, and the way it was described, I can say, yeah, it's kind of false advertising, because I saw what Jacksepticeye and Markiplier's playthrough of it looked like. And at first, on Jack's, because I saw his first, I was like, huh, wow, this is kind of cool, and wow, you know. But all I'm really, at first I was like, wow, this is cool, this is new. And afterwards, I just kind of got like, huh, well, this kind of sucks. So I can't really say I was too impressed. At first, I was kind of impressed. It's like, okay, this is randomly generated. Wow. And then the more I watched it, the more I was like, huh, this sucks. So I couldn't say I was really impressed or anything like that by it after like maybe two videos of it. And that's from two different videos from two different YouTubers, and I was still kind of upset with how it came out. So if the advertiser refuses the SAA, they can request that the search engines remove the offending advertisers paid for ads. In 2014, the ASA labeled ads for the mobile version of Dungeon Keeper misleading because the level of gameplay depicted in the ads could not be reasonably experienced by the player without spending money on an in-app purchases. And this was not mentioned in the ad. In another example, the ASA banned an ad campaign for the game Kane and Lynch in 2008 due to what is deemed excessive violence. So yeah, and for those of you who haven't seen No Man's Sky, go check it out. Just go look up somebody's playthrough. I don't care whose it is. It's just, the game looks fine. And, you know, at first you're like, okay, game's randomly generated, cool. The planets are like of scale, you know, like to like what an actual planet would be. So it would take you a while to get from one side of the planet to the other, and, you know, circle around the planet completely. You can go back to a planet once you leave it. I mean, it's just, I don't know. And they're like, everything in front of you is randomly generated as you go along. So and I don't know. Hold on. Let me. Sorry. Let me look up a little bit, because I have maybe 3 articles pulled up right now in front of my face. There were really no, okay, they didn't, the ASA did not comment on any particulars. They declined the interview for that. But it is confirmed that they received several complaints about No Man's Sky advertising, and they have indeed launched an investigation. The investigation still goes on today, to this day, and we will find out hopefully within maybe a few weeks. I don't know how long their investigations usually take, depending on the game. And that's all I have for you guys today. So tell me your thoughts and comments of what you heard today. And if you have any other topics for future, I was going to say game shows. No, I don't host any game shows. But if you have any future topics for future podcasts or radio shows, please tell me in the comments below, and I'll be sure to get to those. So thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate all you guys spending time listening to this podcast. This is actually a very interesting one. I did enjoy these topics. Sorry to We Are Salmonella, I couldn't get to more of your topic. I just couldn't find anything worth really getting too deep into. I did find an IGN article, but it really didn't say too much different from the other articles I read. This time I will try to put some of these articles in the description below. I will star them this time so I don't lose them like I did pretty much every other time, because I forget I can do that. So these are now bookmarked in my browser. So yes. So thank you guys again for listening, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
You could think that I'm a freak when I'm talking to myself, but it's like I was too weak to be someone else. You could think that I'm a creep when I'm singing all alone, but it's like I couldn't